Hey everybody, this is Craig Cottle, Director of Nature Reliance School. Looking forward to our first Wilderness Safety and Survival class that's going to be held at Natural Bridge State Park. So we're going to tell you a little bit about the facilities here, we're going to tell you a little bit about the class, and I'll give you a little bit more information about myself, as well as if you watch after the graphic, I'm going to give you a couple of really good things that'll help you anytime you spend time outdoors to stay a little bit warmer. Yeah, we're excited about our first ever opportunity to work with Natural Bridge State Park to bring Nature Reliance School's Wilderness Safety and Survival Level 1 to the state park. Very excited about it. In our Wilderness Safety and Survival class, what we always teach are the fundamentals. They are wilderness and remote first aid, land navigation, pre-planning so you don't have problems, shelter building, fire building, water purification and procurement, edible plants and foraging, traps, gigs, and the things that go along with that, as well as how to handle a group dynamic from a communication and leadership standpoint. For those that are unfamiliar with Nature Reliance School, let me tell you a little bit about what we do. We have been formally teaching classes since 2006. We teach a large group from the public sector, as well as we've had corporate entities. We've done some work for the Department of Defense, a large number of law enforcement agencies throughout this state, as well as we go to where other folks host us throughout the eastern United States. In March of 2017, I released my first book, Extreme Wilderness Survival. And in July of 2018, my second book, Ultimate Wilderness Gear, will arrive on bookshelves everywhere. Now what that does for you, if you come to this class, is that I'm going to take everything that I've learned in my lifetime, as well as the multitude of people that we have taught, and I am going to bring that knowledge to this class. I am going to be there for you. I am a survival instructor, that's what I do. And so I am going to be there to serve you and help you as best I can. My goal is to do this. My goal is for you to spend more time outside. I want you to be outside. It's good for your spiritual health, it's good for your physical health, and it's good for your emotional health. And if you have trouble, you'll have the survival skills to take care of yourself and those that are with you. So that there is the fundamental building blocks of what we're going to do in Wilderness Safety and Survival. In the description below, I'm going to have the links where you can go to register for this class. Also the contact information for the state park, as well as contact information for us. So if you have any questions about this class, then please do not hesitate to contact us. We'll do everything we can to get you informed so that it's an easy transition from wherever you are right now to in class with us in February. We're looking so forward to being in the state park and running a fantastic class. If you're interested, come back in this video after the graphic you're getting ready to see, and I'll give you two helpful hints that are like the dozens of others that we're going to do when we're in class together. Nature Reliance School is always about, come on, join in, let's learn together. All right, tip number one is this. Earlier I mentioned that I wrote the book Extreme Wilderness Survival. Let me tell you a little bit about that because that's important to tip number one. When I put that book together, I assembled 200 real-life stories of how people either experienced tragedy or they actually died in a wilderness setting, whether it was hiking, backpacking, canoeing, or any number of things. And what I wanted to do was find the central themes to the areas that were true in those 200 stories and write a book that would solve those problems. Here's something that would solve a lot of those problems. Whenever you go outside, tell someone where you're going and when you expect to return. You can help a search and rescue team out by telling them a lot of other things, like give them your cell phone number. You can leave your license plate number with somebody. What I usually do, and I think this is good advice, is I write that information down and I put it on the fridge for my wife, or if my wife's going with me, I'll assemble that information and just shoot it off to a text to one of my friends or family. That way they know where I'm going and when they can expect me to return. Now, tip number two, and this is going to be more like the stuff that we're going to do in class, because we're going to be incredibly active. This is important in class. I'm not going to be lecturing very much at all. It's very important for me to understand that you need to learn by doing. I'm gonna lay knives out and I'm gonna show you what works and what doesn't work. We're gonna build a bunch of fires. We're gonna set up shelters. We're gonna procure water. We're gonna filter water about 10 different ways. We're gonna do a number of different things in class. But here's one simple thing that I can tell you to help you stay warm, and that is this. When you get cold, the reason your fingers and your toes get cold first is because your body is really intelligent. And what it does is it says, all right, you're getting cold, let's restrict the blood flow to our fingers and our toes and maintain our organs because we cannot survive without our organs. Meaning, the body knows we'll sacrifice some fingers and toes because the body will live, but if the organs don't live, we're not going to live. So one of the things that you can do to trick your body into warming up is to simply rub your core. And I'm saying do this for an extended period of time. What that does is it warms up your organ tissue, brings blood to your core, and what happens then is that your body will then release blood flow out to your arms and your legs. Your fingers will warm up, your toes will warm up simply because you're rubbing your belly. So come on into the class and I'll have dozens of other tips, and we're going to get a lot of activity in class and you'll know a ton by the time you leave.